know what to do, be like, have you tuned into a power hour? So we're recording. Welcome to the power hour, guys. This is an hour to work your business intentionally. Not we're not really learning. I'm not really teaching anything. Hopefully, you have watched some trainings, you've onboarded, and kind of might have heard some of this stuff. But if not, that's fine. We're gonna actually do stuff. So I always suggest, if it's possible, on my Zoom, have your phone because, we work from our phones a lot of times. Stay muted unless you have a question. You can jump off because that can be a little distracting to people. Obviously, we're going to use the chat for wins, any questions too. And the real goal here is progress over perfection. In this industry, one of the biggest things is just being, it's the small actions every single day. So a lot of people ask, oh my gosh, what is so and so doing to be successful and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is, it's not like one massive magic thing. They're working their business on a daily basis and doing these things. So this is kind of behind the scenes of usually my minimums on a daily basis for my own personal business. And so that's what we're going to do. So if hopefully you're not new, but if you are, every single day I do this on Facebook. This is our birthday outreach. You're going to go to your Facebook birthday list. You're going to type in birthdays, and everyone's whose birthdays today will pop up. And if there aren't any, look at yesterday, look at tomorrow. Then I send them a message. I'm like, hey, Sarah, happy birthday. What's been your favorite memory from the last year? This works for one, it opens a conversation. You can't just post. You have to start engaging with people, and this is a really good, genuine way to start that. Also, I see sometimes that I message people happy birthday, and maybe I have forgotten to follow up. Maybe they've already asked me a question, I answered it, and then I've never circled back. It puts them on my radar. It helps the algorithm for you because when you're having those conversations with someone in Messenger, it shows that there is some type of relationship, and it's telling the algorithm, God's universe, whatever, that you two are connected and it needs to show your stuff to this person. So I'm going to go ahead, put it on mute for about 5 minutes, and we're going to go and wish happy birthdays. If you already did this today, do an early birthday for tomorrow. Say, oh my gosh, your birthday's tomorrow. Do you have any big plans or something like that? And if I do miss a day, it's usually the first thing I do in the morning. I did not do it today because I knew I was jumping on this call tonight. But if I do, like if I'm traveling and miss a day, like I'll just catch up on it, and do a few days in a row. So I'm going to mute myself because I need to do it too. And let's go wish some people happy birthdays. And if you're on and it's your birthday, happy birthday to you, December 14th. Oh my gosh, 9 birthdays today. And I really love doing this too because it puts people on my radar that I haven't really seen for a minute on my feed that I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have not talked to this person about pharmacy. I think they would be good at this. I need to see what they're doing. I had 9 people and at least, 5 were teammates. So that's always a thing. And the 4 were all people that I'm like, I have not talked to this person about pharmacy. And that's one thing I have to remember too. A lot of times we're like, oh, we've talked to everyone. No, we haven't. I know I haven't. And I know I work a lot. So it's always a good reminder to me as I'm like, this person would be an amazing influencer or they would love the products or, we've talked and they put people in my mind. I'm like, okay, this person needs to be on my radar. Why haven't they been? Because we know more people than we think we know. So moving on, moving on. All right. This is actually one that it can be dangerous sometimes, right? We use social media. It's meant to be social always. But we can get lost in rabbit holes or we look at someone and it's just not like business wise. I know I do that often. Like I'll start on someone's page and next thing we know I'm on their cousin's sister's birthday looking figuring out some past drama. But we're right here. We're going to scroll through. Hey, what's up, beautiful Irma? We are going to scroll Facebook and Instagram stories. This is really important. For one, what I mentioned, algorithm purposes. And again, it starts a conversation. So, what we're going to do here is about 5 to 10 minutes. I want you to scroll through your stories. Be genuine. You're going to stay visible. My biggest thing is you're going to react, love it, ask questions about what's going on. And again, this is what starts a conversation. Where are you? Oh my gosh, that looks fun. Stay warm. Oh, send me the recipe. This again starts a genuine conversation, which trust is what's the, first key to this. And then 2, puts you on their radar, on the algorithm. Because if you guys know how stories work, it changes who's on those first lists. And what's based off of that is who the algorithm is suggesting for you to look at their stories. Because your goal ultimately is, to help them. And so you want to be popping up that they can watch your stories. You want to be that suggested person. So we're going to do aim for at least 10 to 15 real engagements. We're going to do about 10 minutes here of intentionally watching our stories, engaging with people. Take note who's talking about being on a wellness journey. Ask questions, compliment, and just I just say like be a good human and use social media what's it's for, being social, nurturing relationships. So I'm putting it on mute now so I can do the same. And let's go, love on some different people, engage, meet some people. All right. Hopefully that gave you some. I want to go ahead and jump in, but that's something you can easily do when you have like a spare 5 minutes or like, I don't want to, but like just go through your stories, engage, make new connections. That always helps me too. And hopefully you guys, maybe it's putting someone on your radar in your mind that you think that this could help with. All right. So we're going to get right into some actual business here. I suggest showing up in your stories too every day, you guys. Like, and this is something that if you pre-do content or maybe you have like an hour free or just when you're doing something with your, that you're using the product in some shape or form, you can just film it. You don't have to even talk. It can be what we call like B-roll footage. You're just taking it. You're like, okay, this is going to be the sound of a story later. This is going to be the sound. This is going to be the video of a story later. This is going to be the video of a reel later. I'll just put some text and some music in there, And so this is something that if you have to really time block, like you have a full-time job, or it's really simple because I'm sure many of you are at the point where you're probably using the products regularly throughout your day. You're using it in the morning when you wash your face or put on makeup. Then you're making your wellness stuff. You're doing your hair. So literally just a quick film, reapplying the new lip plumper. I just did that. That can be a super quick video. So you need to be showing up in your stories every single day. It's okay to miss because especially if it's a new thing, it will eventually feel like a habit, like where you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't posted in my stories. If you're monetized on Facebook, they're paying for stories. Fun fact. So we're going to show up in our stories. We're going to talk about the business. Anytime I enroll someone, I always post that in my stories with a cute like little selfie and just show people growing my team. That creates like people, like edifies me. You can use other people's wins if you haven't done it yet. But right now we have this really amazing join promo until 22nd. So really easy one. Yeah, that's a whole other conversation about monetizing on Facebook. I'll post about it. We post about it on Facebook, but if you are, that's, you get monetized by just your stories. So here's an example of one thing I did in the summer. I clearly could, you can always look at my stories and get hints, but could update it. This was like me, I'm holding a bratwurst. I'm like, bratwurst in one hand, 50% commissions in the other. Who says you can't build a business from your backyard? And I have like a screenshot of someone placing an order, a screenshot of, someone joining, if someone orders, that's something fun you can always put in your, oh, so-and-so's taking advantage. When you order and you get freebies, always show that. There's some people on our team that are really good at doing this that I even follow. When you get a commission, that's something that you can post. So I'm going to say today, let's focus on the $6 join. And so you can do that with we have double lash. If you guys have this on hand, double lash or apple cider vinegar gummies and just a cute selfie like, oh my gosh, this is like, I'm talking about how these are my favorite gummies. They're normally $30. They're $6 right now, and that unlocks 50% off. So do some type of post. This is what this slide is for, around the business opportunity. In your story, in a story. We're going to do it in our stories right now. Let me make sure. Yep, we're showing up in our stories. We'll do a promo post that's later on in here. So this is about showing up in your stories. Another good thing, anytime I'm on a call, like a Zoom call, I'm always just recording it, getting that B footage. People want to be a part of a community when that they feel like they're going to get value from. So like I show like, oh my gosh, fire training, amazing training. I love working together with my team. Like literally just filming that. Like people would watch and be interested if I just film myself right now talking to you guys, just showing you how it worked. And you can get in for $6 right now with good product, unlock 50%. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to put it on mute myself, and we are going to show up in our stories. We're going to do about 5 to 10 minutes here. If you don't get to finish this, just know this is on your checklist for your daily business every day, but let's just try to make some posts in your stories right now. And if you're ever looking for ideas, you guys can always follow me. There's probably different names you see in the chats. Like, are you following some of your teammates? That might help get inspiration. And what I really also hope is if you are following or friends with teammates, that you're engaging on their stuff too, and that they do it vice versa. That is like what makes a team. So, all right, let me mute and let's show up in our stories about the business, the $6 opportunity right now. All right. Hopefully, you guys got to do something in your stories. I'm cracking up right now. I'm hearing my family, and my 15-year-old just came up and said, I just saw a rat in the basement. And my husband's like, we don't have, she's like, no, our cat, Cersei, is trying to chase something and she's too fat and didn't get it. We have had field mice before. We have like lots of wood back there. So I'm guaranteeing probably a mouse got into the house to try to stay warm. And now my cat's trying to go, but just listening to the conversation, woo, distraction. All right, there was your little peek into my life here. Now this is where we're going to show up. You do this, your stories and or your page. We have amazing promotions right now. I really hope if you're on this call that you're plugged into some of these promotions. Just to go over, tomorrow on the 15th, that's when our product promos are going to end. So for that, we have the beauty boost, right? That is where they can get any flavor. They, can, because you're also, if you have anyone on your team that's just here for a discount, you're going to treat them as a VIP customer. So they're going to see your post too. Always think of that. We have the beauty boost bundle, which is, normally would be 170, 120. That would be only $60 for us. We're going to be able to get a milkshake replacement of choice, including the new ones that are back, caramel and cookie crunch, and then a collagen of choice. So just for $60. That ends tomorrow. Then we have the 12/12 deal. We have some amazing different items on sale. That all ends tomorrow. Different percentages off, like 50% off. We have the Latina lip lacquers, hydro drops are on there. And then we have some bundles. The Radiant Mind body set, that's really good, as Aloe Glow, Radiant Mind, and coffee. Literally would normally be, that's 30% off. As influencers, we can get that for $40. That is really good, because normally coffee is almost around that. So we have some really good sales right there. Wellness Inside Out set. So anyways, that ends tomorrow, all of those. And then we have a gift with purchase. So gift with purchase is if they spend over $75, they get to pick between one or two bundles. Those bundles are really, really good right now. One is almost like four different items. It's like self-care, the vanilla shea. That's kind of the one I've been focusing on. So all of that to say, you should have posted about this in some way, shape, or form, either you showing the products, talking about them. How my post on my wall today was a curiosity post just about getting my fave gummies I'm doing a lot of this conversation in my follow-up. So, and then in my stories, I like to use promos for follow-ups in my stories a lot of the times. And then I made a big post when it launched. So for here, this is going, because it does end tomorrow, you want to make sure that you're doing some type of hype countdown on your page if you haven't yet, in your stories, even if you have, because you can keep doing that all the time. And literally, whatever that looks like, you have to pick something. Like you can pick one of the bundles on the list, one of your favorite products. Oh, this lippy, with the Latino lip lacquer, 33% off. I'm hoping by now everyone on here has seen and has the hydro drops. Those are amazing too. Literally 33% off right now. So basically the goal right here, right now, is to showcase the promo. We posted some really good graphics in the chat that shows what someone could all get if they joined, because right now until tomorrow, they can double dip. The join stuff ends the 22nd. They can double dip on it all. And so that's kind of create a sense of urgency all through tomorrow. I'm going to make sure I'm following up with people about that. So let's make sure that we have shared around the promotions on our page today. Sundays are really powerful evening for social media if you have not posted yet. And then in your stories, I'm going to go ahead and put my mute on so I can go into my stories, since I did just make a post on my wall. And we'll do this together. We'll spend about 5 to 10 minutes knocking out, making sure that we're talking about the current promo. Real easy hack on this. If you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, I like to screen record, which I've shared. If you have an iPhone, literally just screen record it and crop my pricing. And I would just like screen record myself scrolling And then I would, attach my link so other people, can shop and make sure they know that's the influencer pricing. So that's something that I do quickly. Often when we have these promos, when we have join special, I'll do a screen record of someone picking that $6 kit. So these are just different ideas that you can use at different times if maybe you don't have like one of the products on hand or a picture of you. But this is a reminder to make sure you just, have a little album in your phone when you're using different products of you, showcasing that, because the big thing is taking people on the journey with you. You're a product of the product, and that's how you build trust. Yes, Melanie? Did I miss you asking a question? If you posted it on your page, yeah, I post on my page every single day. I mean, like if yesterday was the last time you posted, I would for sure at least make sure you're posting at least daily. Now if you might want to change it, like if you posted about the product, you might want to be more like opportunity based, again, personalized storytelling. Yeah, so maybe if you posted about the promo yesterday, I'd make sure I posted about the join special in some type of storytelling way, like you wouldn't even do sense of urgencies because you still have a week around it, but like, or just highlighting one of the products on the promo. Um, on your page, like, oh my gosh, holding, maybe let's even say these hydro drops. I struggled with hydration. I have been taking these for X, Y, and Z. Definitely notice a glow, or yeah. So I definitely I mean you guys see my page. I'm definitely really consistent. I think of it as a business, but I try to do storytelling as well. I also show my personal life, but I talk about and sprinkle in my business a lot. So I would definitely say some way I would. Or a reel if you had like a I think of that too, like when's the last, like what form of content. I always do a mix of the content, like if I've done a post then I need to do a reel. Am I going have I gone live, like all is it just text, what kind of reel is it, a carrot, like so just trying to mix up the type of content as well is really important too. Awesome. Yeah, and that's super important. You have a lot of people, like we have people that join us just for the discount. And so making sure that we're still treating them as like a VIP customer, educating them, realizing that they're also seeing your posts. And that's also a win that helps your group volume, which can, helps them by them getting the product that they're interested in, that they feel will help them, that, kind of helps everyone. I'm always like, let me help you. Let we help each other kind of thing. So that's awesome. And outside of this, if you have any team tomorrow, you're definitely going to want to get into messages and just give them a last call on the promos, because they're really, really good ones. Being able to take advantage of this sale, which has really good stuff on sale, and get the gift with purchase. The bundles are amazing. Like, especially if anyone's interested in wellness or getting started with wellness, these would be those are great bundles. I'm actually talking to someone right now that's like really right. We're messaging, and yeah, it's a sale product, so it's timely. Yep, exactly. And if you're looking for testimonials, if you don't have one yet, make sure you're using our Glow Up Gang on Facebook. A lot of people post their own testimonials. If they're in there, they're always free to use. All right, so hopefully you got your post done. If not, put it on your list to do later or tomorrow. Oh, I love that. So many people I hear that have never ever been able to enroll a person ever and have been in the industry for years, and have been able to. And yes, that just shows you confidence is key. Confidence is always going to be key in how you enroll, how you feel about what you're bringing someone into, and having that posture of, that it is something good. Like there really is no loss. It's only positives, like getting the, obviously, like I always say, literally the worst case scenario is you're getting a discount on products. Like that is the worst thing. That's the worst thing that could happen, but the best things that could happen is pretty good. All right, so this is something that I do every single day. We're not going to do it right now because it does take a little bit more than just 10 minutes. But you have to grow your network, you guys. Like, even though I mentioned, how we have reminders of people that are in our network that we're not talking to, that we forgot, that we haven't circled back with, you have to always continue to grow your network. And this is how, when I started on Facebook and in the industry, I went from just having those 200 Facebook friends that I had to getting more people. So, a lot of us everyone on here, I think this right now uses Facebook, and there is, a group for everything. And so it's really important to join some of those with like-minded people. And if the group allows you to, make sure you can introduce yourself as a post. Every group has different rules. Examples of groups could be, low tox living, boy moms, mom of many. I met one of my leaders in a mom of many, army brats, golden doodle moms, women who travel, cruise. I'm in a lot of cruise groups. I talk about that, any type of health stuff. Like I'm in different things because I'm anemic. I have different stuff because of my liver, and so there's different So many. Those are just examples of groups, right? Maybe you all love a same band or something, maybe you all like are in crocheting, maybe even local networking, maybe like Seattle networking, just think of different, there's a group for everything. And so your job is to be finding people, friends that you're going to make connections, like-minded, and then you're going to engage you're going to make a post if it lets you. You're going to engage in the group, nicely, because just think everyone's looking, you're not trying to fight anyone, obviously, but if there's, and you agree, or you agree with someone, you'll send them a friend request. I'll even say, hey, oh my gosh, I love this, I sent you a friend request. And then I will, when I send someone a friend request, I send a message, oh my gosh, I saw your comment in the cruise, da 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 da, I feel the same way. I'm so excited to connect with you. And then that's the beginning. That is the beginning of reaching out. Then usually, typically, when you guys are talking, you ask them what they do for a living. They ask you, you're talking about pharmacy. You might see that they're on a wellness journey, and that is really how network marketing, it's not net wish or net luck, it is network marketing works, is you have to connect with new people, constantly growing. So I always say set a goal, depending on what your goals are, to make at least one new connection a day. There was a time when I was busy growing my business, it was really important for me to make 10 new connections a day. So like I said, 1 to 10, what number works for you, and just stick with that. And you'll never know. Like, you never know who's your connection in those groups. That could be your next teammate, customer. But we have so, like, it's, the world is your oyster when it comes to social media and these groups, you guys. So definitely, also even on TikTok, if you're commenting, I I have a lot of followers just from them loving my comment that I left, and then now I'm building a community on there. So that is social media, and is about being social. So always put this on your list, and you're going to set a goal on making 1 to 10 new friends a day, and you're making sure you're connecting with them. Growing your network. So that's something that I do every single day, you guys. All right, now we're going to follow up on the product. This is really awesome. These are going to be messages, you guys. So we have this promo right now. So anyone that has ever expressed interest in anything that's on sale, or anyone that has expressed interest ever, because we have a gift with purchase at $75. So for me, I went through my messages, and actually, like, I don't know if you guys know, but there's a search bar. And so I would type in, I'll type in a word, like, so say gummies. Can I go back to the last slide a second? Yep, right here. And so I'll search different product words to see who I had conversations with if I didn't keep good track of it. I'll also search on my page and type in product names of when I shared, like, say coffee, because coffee is a part of one of those bundles. And then I will see who expressed interest and like it. And so these are just simple. Right now we have it's so easy to circle back with people now. We have the reason, gift with purchase. Hey, have you did you end up finding something for your red skin? I just wanted to circle back because we have XYZ, whatever, like, literally I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Hey, did you find a solution for your acne? I just wanted to message you. We have the tea tree face wash right now. It's literally on sale, or you can, daily care is essential, whatever you guys know who's on your list. We have the gift with purchase right now, so they can even get more bang for your buck. So I just thought of you, didn't want you to miss out. And so, simple way, this is a follow-up message. So this is really important. This is like a step that most people skip, avoid to do, because they're worried about how they might feel. It's really important. When I learn something new about a product, and I know I'm having a conversation, like, did you know that our Serenity tea can help with inflammation? I learned that last week. And so now I'm thinking of who I've had conversations about inflammation, So there's just a bunch of different reasons that we have the follow up that you can use for follow up with product. But right now we have these good promos. So, and you probably have already talked to people about promos, so you want to circle back with them and let them know, hey, I would probably do it tonight and then or tomorrow, but make sure you have it written down. You're going to follow up with those people in a message because you don't want them to miss out. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and it's 8:46. Oh no. We'll spend about 8 minutes doing follow up messages because this is really important, and I want to make sure that you all send some actual PM. So and I got two too. So I'm going to go ahead and mute it so I can send a few myself, and we will be back. Man, I don't know how I missed that the B12 was on sale too. I need to grab some of that myself. It helps me so much. All right, you guys, this is so important. You need to be doing this. Again, this is a daily thing or at least twice a week. Something, again, people are afraid to. They feel like they put too much thought in it. We have a promo right now. Anyone that's ever expressed interest in being an influencer with you, asked about all, you need to have made sure that you sent them a message. It's incredibly important. Hey, I know we talked about you becoming an influencer. Don't know if you know this, or I really wanted to share that it's only $6 right now. Did you have any more questions for me? Always end it with a question. And if they say no questions, okay, are you ready for my link? Also, we have an opportunity call coming up on Wednesday. So if you have any new leads, okay, you followed up with a few that you wouldn't have thought of because the power hour. All right, and you do have two leads. Yeah. So always your leads list, is something that you always want to make sure is continuing to grow. And a lot of times, like we think we'll remember and we don't. And I'm saying that because I know that I do that myself too. So let's make sure that anyone that's ever been interested, that you just follow up. You can always can use, your voice message, show, but also you can, if someone just like has asked questions, hey, I know you were asking questions. What are you doing Wednesday, 8 o'clock? I like to ask people that question versus just going in sometimes. Um, and then okay, well, then I'd like to invite you. The event link is that, and if you guys want the Zoom link, it's in the team page. But yes, so those are a few different ways, but definitely make sure you are consistently following up, and you're going to follow up with these people again before the promo ends, letting them know that, hey, the promo is about to end. So it's really important. The people that you see enrolling are just following up more. That's really it. Like that's really what it comes down to. So, okay, let me put it on. I'm going to give us like at least 5 minutes here because it's so important, you guys. We got to make sure that we are following up. So let's follow up with any prospects to become influencers, whether it's for the discount or working a business. Oh, I got caught up in a conversation myself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's always a good. I love doing these with you too because I feel like it helps me be super productive, even more so, like doing it all in one. All right, so let's go ahead. This is super important, you guys. This is really what I want you to think of. We're not going to do it right now. You're going to do it within the next couple days. I always say reach out to someone on your chicken list. These are people who you haven't asked. Um, but you would love to work the business with them. There's some reason what stopped you. I have my own too. I've shared this, in my various different leader chats. That people that I just, for my own, maybe think that they're too busy. I have an example of someone that was on my chicken list that I had connections with. She was a top leader, someone else from somewhere else, okay? And she literally, at Paparazzi, a lot of people from Paparazzi have left. That's a jewelry company. So I went to look. I saw that she had picked already. She had already left Paparazzi and she picked Legal Shield. So I'm like, I'm not even going to message her. Then I saw last week that she did join Farmasi under someone else, right? And not saying she would have joined under me, but I didn't even let that opportunity happen because in my mind, I made up for her that she was doing something else. And so that was a good wake up for me. And I've had several of those before. I've had those before, and then they're on our team now, which is fine, or in the company. A lot of times that happened in my other company where they ended up joining another team. I love if it's totally fine if they end up joining our team, like that's still great. But I definitely, when they end up joining another team, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I could have enrolled them, but I said no for them, whatever reason. So that those are the people you're thinking of, hey, super random. You could even say, are you free on Wednesday? I'd love to invite you to a call and just get your thoughts on it. But I really like to tell people why, I think you'd be amazing at this. I love watching your work ethic. I'd love to do this with you. Different things, no pressure. I'd love to work with you. So someone on your chicken list, we need to be doing this, you guys. This is how I'm talking to myself when I'm saying this. This is how the people that we admire do what they do. They're bold. They don't, let their brains talk them out of things that because their why is stronger. And so I'm saying this for me because I struggle with this myself. We're not alone. But I can tell you this, I have done it. I definitely have been getting better at it. And I'm still alive. The worst thing that has happened is they didn't respond. Okay. Other thing is they said, hey, the timing's not right, but when it is, I will definitely keep you in mind. Okay, still alive, still, here. So that's the worst thing, you guys. I'm still here alive and breathing. And if they say yes, if they look at it, that would be amazing. And so that's what I have to think of. And so who on your chicken list this week can you reach out to? And so, I really hope that you guys, added some new friends, started some conversations, intentionally followed up, had a yes or a strong maybe. Because here's the thing, doing it builds the confidence. That is always going to be stronger than being perfect. Getting it done is always going to be stronger than doing perfect. Action, the small steps daily. And this is so simple, you guys. This is literally my business behind the screen every day. It looks different. It might be like this part, slide 1 in the morning, or slide 10 in the morning. You know what I mean? Or there's times where I can sit down and knock it out all, but this is like my minimum. My maximum is doing a lot more because, really, like I said, but it's intentional and it's so simple. Any of you guys, we all can do it. So I really love hanging out with you guys today. I did record this. Once it's ready, we'll post so you guys can share. So I have had several things over the years, Melanie, as far as a follow-up tracker. I am horrible. My best thing is I now am using a notebook. I have used Google Sheets. But right now I literally have a notebook, and that seems to work best for me. Notebook and note section on my phone. That is just, and so as long as I'm doing that, and then like I told you, I have the different hacks to help me, like using the search bar, but I know I can be more efficient. That is just not a strength of mine. And one thing, you guys, we have to realize what our strengths are as long as we're doing it. So for me, right now, I've got this. It's literally full, full. And so that's what works for me right now. It's just how my brain works. So I wish I could say, hey, I have this amazing system that anyone can do for follow-ups. I think the most important thing is that we're doing it. And for me, writing it down in a notebook old school just works better. Maybe ask in the big team chat. And I think there could possibly even be some in boards, but definitely ask in the big team chat. And I have some that I've made over the years. I'll look over and share because I definitely have made some over the years. I used to use a binder too. And literally, when I met them, a big thing I like to ask, people is on a scale from 1 to 10, where are you at? As far as, joining 1, be like, I wouldn't even do this if I was free. 10, I'm ready to do it right now. And then I always, would put their scale because that's one of the things I would like to ask people when we're having that conversation. And then like, okay, well, what would it take to get you to a 10 right now? And then their objection. And then I always get that date. And that's literally, just keep following up, following up, following up is the key. All right, you guys, it was great hanging out with you. Don't forget those promos end tomorrow on the 15th. 9% by the 15th also gets you entries to win some product. We have an opportunity call Wednesday night. I'm really excited. I'm going to do that one with Tams to get you some people on that call and just take advantage of these promotions. You guys, I mean, honestly, our products are so good. We really don't need a promotion, but it's pretty amazing that we have them. And if you haven't got the lip plumpers yet, they are so good. I am obsessed with these. I love the peptides, but I love the pigment on. This is Divine Rose, so just wanted to say. All right, love you guys. Have a good night, a good Sunday. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. Upselling y'all. I just need you guys to know they're so amazing. Have a good night, guys.